Welcome to Fan for Racing Radio. I'm Fan for Racing Sharon, and joining me today is Jay Huseman, and we are here for the Watkins Glen preview for the NASCAR Truck Series. The trucks are back, and they're going to be racing a road course. Jay?
Yeah, again, Watkins Glen, especially for the Truck Series. I think this is one of the more exciting ones for the Truck Series. Again, get that little bit of speed. I compare it almost to going when they used to run the Canadian Tire Park in Canada. Two of my favorite road courses for the Truck Series.
Okay. Did you check out our entry list? Because I think we've got a few people from the other series that are going to be racing, along with some others.
We do, and I will say this, as it is right now, I think this was published before some of yesterday's events. So I'm going to read it as is, but then give you some updates as well.
Okay.
So it shows 36 drivers for 36 teams and spots. The number 1 will be William Zilisch. The number 2, William Lambros. The number 07, Kyle Busch. And remember that, he's a Cup driver. I'll come back to that. The number 7, Sammy Smith. The number 44 is Ross Chastain. The number 45, well, that one got changed, is Nice Motorsports, is Connor Zilisch. The number 52 is Christopher Bell. The number 62 is Wesley Slimp. Chris Buescher's in the number 66. Number 69 will be Derek White. Brent Cruz in the number 70. And then Parker Kligerman in the number 75. And I'm going to try and follow this link. The number 02, I believe it is, Caden Honeycutt and Nice Motorsports separated ways. On this, here it was the 02 of Young Motorsports was listed as to be announced, and they have now announced it. Caden Honeycutt will be in that ride. So a couple of things to look at here. Caden Honeycutt and Nice Motorsports have split. After this week, Caden Honeycutt will go into that 52 Halmer Friesen for the rest of the season. So he has a shot at the championship, that team without their driver, who we hope is recovering well after a wreck. And the truck was in the playoffs because Stuart Friesen had won a race. So that worked out for everybody. But also, this is the last week that you can have a driver gaining points in another series, because next week at Richmond, I believe, is the final race before the end of the regular season. They aren't allowed in that, and then their playoff starts, and drivers aren't allowed to enter that in a series they are not getting points in. So we see a lot of those getting that final start. William Zilisch, Kyle Busch, Sammy Smith, drivers like that, Chris Buescher. You won't see that after this week because it's go time, because it's playoff time.
Yes, it is going to be interesting. And as you mentioned, the season is winding down for the Truck Series already. They have 2 races left in their regular season, with the race this weekend. And next week at Richmond is their series finale for the regular season. So we will know the 10 drivers that will be competing for a championship starting at Darlington Raceway on August the 30th. So can't believe it's already come to that.
Yeah, well, and the Truck Series is the first one. Again, their schedule a little bit more sporadic, less races, so bigger gaps during the season, and then they do start their playoffs a little bit early, but they will wrap up with everybody else there in Phoenix this year.
Yes, indeed. Okay, now this week, though, they're going to be racing the Mission 176 at the Watkins Glen International. It's a 2.45-mile asphalt road course. That race is Friday, August the 8th. Starts at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be televised on Fox Sports 1, their home network, at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And then the radio coverage is on the NASCAR radio network, which is new this year, as well as Sirius XM NASCAR Channel 90. They will race a distance of 176.4 miles. That's 72 laps. First 2 stages are 20 laps each. Stage 1 ending on lap 20, stage 2 on lap 40, and then the final stage will be 32 laps ending on lap 72. Now, on Friday, the practice experimental full qualifying will be on FS2 starting at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you want to see that, you want to make sure that you set your DVRs if you're at work. Also, there is going to be an ARCA race on FS2 at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And then the Truck Series race, as we mentioned, will be on FS1. And that will start at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So we've got some storylines and highlights to touch on here for the Truck Series, and I'm kind of looking forward to this because it's been a while since we've done the Truck Series, Jay.
It has talked about that sporadic schedule. One thing there, though, you talk about 11:30 on. You can watch some racing all day on Friday. Then with between that and the ARCA Menard Series, so looking forward to that. Now, this weekend does mark the 7th running of a NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race at Watkins Glen International. They ran there from 1996 to 1999, as well as 2000, and then returned in 2021. And that ties them with CTMP, which I believe is Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, for the most races on a road course. Told you that was one of my other favorite road courses for them.
Yep. Okay, now Watkins Glen is the second of 3 road courses on the schedule this season. You know, we raced at Lime Rock Park earlier this year. Now we're at Watkins Glen, and there'll be another one. That's tied for the most in a single season.
I kind of like the trucks, yeah. All right, now this weekend will be the 17th race of the 2025 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series schedule. As Sharon said, it's 2 races to go until the playoffs. We got Watkins Glen and Richmond left.
Okay, now the Craftsman Truck Series raced at Watkins Glen in 2021, but prior to that had not raced there since 2000. So trucks have not raced a whole lot on that road course, but I think it'll be fun to watch them this weekend.
Well, and what a lot of people are going to be watching is, can you dethrone Corey Heim, as his Lime Rock win was his 3rd road course win, tying him for the most all time.
Continuing on with Corey Heim, he clinched the 2025 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series regular season championship for this year with his 3rd place finish at Lucas Oil, Indianapolis Raceway Park. Heim has won the regular season championship twice in his career. He won in 2023 and again this year.
Now, Corey Heim has won the last 3 road courses, and that's why I said he's going to be the one to watch. He is the first driver ever to win 3 straight and may extend that to 4.
He just might, but he's going to have some competition. Also, Lane Riggs was only the 3rd driver in 2025 to win multiple races, joining Corey Heim and teammate Chandler Smith. So I'm happy for Lane Riggs because I know he didn't get into the playoffs last year, but he did really well in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, he certainly did make some noise during those races, so we'll see what he can do this year as a contender. Now, Chris Buescher, believe this or not, I heard when they announced this and nobody could believe it, he is set to make his Craftsman Truck Series debut this weekend. It'll be with Thor Sport Racing in the number 66. He has never run in the Truck Series prior to this.
Hard to believe. Wow. Now, there is a combined 24 road course wins among drivers entered, including both Watkins Glen winners from 2024 are entered. From the Xfinity Series, it's Connor Zilisch, and from the Cup Series, we just mentioned him, Chris Buescher.
So you mentioned it's not necessarily going to be a walk away for Corey Heim as we got some of these top drivers, because you also have 5 drivers from the Cup Series competing in this Truck Series race. Kyle Busch, Ross Chastain, and Christopher Bell that are joining Buescher and Zilisch.
Exactly.
Although Zilisch isn't technically a Cup driver yet.
Well, he's not a Cup driver, but he's coming up from the Xfinity Series.
Yep.
Okay, now 15 former Craftsman Truck Series winners are entered. The last Truck Series road course race with that many past winners entered was at COTA in 2023. So, wow, that is a lot.
Now, we talked about this unfortunate situation with Stuart Friesen, as he, as a driver now, will not be in the playoffs. So the playoff bubble is going to go from 61 points to 16. We'll look at that here a little bit at the end. But yeah, we talk about that bubble getting wider as drivers win their way in. This one got a little narrower as somebody had to drop out.
Exactly. Now, all drivers more than 113 points below 10th place are in a must-win situation, and that is something to keep your eye on this weekend. All drivers 57 points above 10th following Watkins Glen will be locked into the playoffs.
Look at, we talked about this, a strong field of non-regulars. Kyle Busch, and his stat line would be unlimited, but he's got 67 truck wins, 4 career Cup road course wins, including 2 here at Watkins Glen International. Sammy Smith is a 3-time Xfinity Series winner. Ross Chastain has 5 truck wins, as well as 1 at COTA in the Cup Series. Connor Zilisch, we know he won in his Xfinity Series debut last year at Watkins Glen. Right now, the hottest driver in the Xfinity Series, and is a road course specialist. Christopher Bell, returning as a 2017 Truck Series champion, is a 3-time winner in the Cup Series on road courses. Chris Buescher, we mentioned, won the Cup race at Watkins Glen last year. And then Parker Kligerman, he is a road course winner. He picked up a win at Mid-Ohio back in 2022.
Okay. Connor Zilisch returns. He's going to be making his 7th Craftsman Truck Series start. He won the pole in his Truck Series debut at COTA in 2024. He has 3 wins, 5 top 5s, and 5 NASCAR Xfinity Series road course starts. He has 5 Xfinity Series wins in 2025. Those wins came at COTA, Pocono, Sonoma, Dover, and Indianapolis. He leads the Xfinity Series in wins with 5. He has runner-up finishes of 3, which is tied. And he has, in top 5s, he has 11, which is also tied. Poles, he has 4 this season. He has a 2.3 average finish in the last 10 Xfinity Series races. That is just phenomenal, Jay.
Yeah, I was going to say, let me throw a wow in there. Holy cow.
No kidding. He is the youngest driver to reach 6 Xfinity Series wins. He's the youngest driver to win 3 straight Xfinity Series races. Watkins Glen races, Xfinity Series. He won there in September in his series debut last year. He also won there in the ARCA Menard Series in the same month last year.
All right, now we get into, and again, this is a little bit tighter now with only 2 races remaining, but clinch scenarios following Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park. We have 7 drivers that have clinched a spot in the 10-driver postseason field. Corey Heim, Chandler Smith, Lane Riggs, Daniel Hemrick, Tyler Ankrum, Stuart Friesen, again, he is out now, though, with an injury, and then Rajah Caruth. So some of these stats may have been done with Stuart Friesen still in that lineup, so keep that in mind. But if there's a repeat winner or a win by a driver who cannot advance to the playoffs, drivers can clinch by being 56 points above the 3rd winless driver in the standings. Same requirements would hold true if a new win comes from Grant Enfinger or Caden Honeycutt. And in this case, both of those drivers could only clinch with a little bit of help. That means some other drivers lose some points, if you will. Now, if the new winner from Ty Majeski or another winless driver lower in the standings but still eligible to advance, then you would need 56 points above the 2nd winless driver in the standings. The only one there is Grant Enfinger, and he would still need some help. Now, drivers that could clinch on their win alone, Grant Enfinger, Caden Honeycutt, Ty Majeski, Jake Garcia, Ben Rhodes, Giovanni Ruggiero, Tanner Gray, Connor Mozak, Matt Crafton, Andres Perez de Lara, Jack Wood, Matt Mills, Dawson Sutton, Spencer Boyd, Tony Breidinger, or Frankie Munoz. And then we'll look at the point standings. Again, we got to kind of factor out, unfortunately, Stuart Friesen. Okay, yeah, because he's already listed 13th. So again, we got Corey Heim currently leading. Mentioned he's already clinched the regular season championship, 143 points up over Chandler Smith. Just have an absolute dominant year with the 5 wins. Already has 39 playoff points in the bank. The next highest is 16, which belongs to Lane Riggs, actually. Chandler Smith has 2 wins and 1 stage win, has 11 points. Everybody else in the single digits. Daniel Hemrick, Grant Infinger, Caden Honeycutt, got Ty Majeski, Tyler Ankrum, Jake Garcia, and Ben Rhodes. Those are now your current top 10. But as we mentioned, the points gap is down to 16 points as Rajah Caruth. Actually, that shouldn't be right either.
It's not. I can give you the playoff standings.
All right. Yeah, this one doesn't have or doesn't correlate to what we read. Go ahead, Sharon.
Okay. Now, with this one, it's got Corey Heim at the number 1 spot with his 5 wins. Chandler Smith and Lane Riggs both have 2 wins, so they are second and third. The drivers with 1 win, starting at 4th place, include Daniel Hemrick, Tyler Ankrum, Rajah Caruth, and they're still showing Stuart Friesen in 7th at this point with his 1 win. Now, from 8th through 10th, those drivers are all in on points right now. Grant Infinger is plus 89 to the cut line. Caden Honeycutt is plus 73 to the cut line. And Ty Majeski plus 61. Those drivers that are below the cut line all the way to 14th place include Jake Garcia minus 61, Ben Rhodes minus 77, Gio Ruggiero minus 98, and Tanner Gray minus 121.
All right, so look at those 3, because Jake Garcia, you said, was in what position?
11th.
He's actually in because Stuart Friesen is still listed in. So that's where you look at the points between him and Ben Rhodes, and then Giovanni Ruggiero. Ruggiero being 121 is technically, as it said, in a must-win situation because you can only make up 113 points in the 2 races. So the battle there is going to be Jake Garcia and Ben Rhodes. Now, both of them could be out if 2 winners were to win from below the cut line. If not, one of them will be secure after Watkins Glen.
Yeah, so it's going to be kind of interesting to watch how that plays out after Watkins Glen. And with the final race of the season a regular season coming up at Richmond for the NASCAR Truck Series. It
certainly is. And you think about it, I mean, Ben Rhodes is a champion that's on the outside. Just he's had some good stretches, but never maintained that full head of steam on any kind of consistent level for some reason this year. When I look at it, he does have 1 stage win for 1 playoff point, should he get in.
So we'll see. Road courses are a little bit different for these drivers. The Truck Series, they do race on road courses, but you've got some ringers in there that could really give the Truck Series drivers a little bit of a run for their money. So we'll see what happens.
I do. And normally the question at this point is, do you take Corey Heim or do you take the field? And in this case, I think I would have to take the field with the number of different drivers we have. One of them being Connor Zilisch, actually. I won't even go with Kyle Busch, but you can't count Busch out either. Oh. And we've also seen some of the other regular series drivers contend with Heim on the truck series side. Yes. He did put a spanking on him pretty good there at Lime Rock. Everybody was racing for second, but I think it's going to come down to one of the drivers that have the experience now at the Cup level as well.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting. I can't wait to watch it. Is there anything else you want to point out before we move on, Jay?
Ty Majeski being my favorite, but he too just hasn't had the dominant season we've seen, and he is the defending Truck Series champion.
Are you making
Not,
your pick?
yeah, again, not on a road course. Like I said, for the race itself, I was just still kind of looking ahead to the playoffs as a whole. But no, for the race itself, like I said, I'll go with a driver from another series. That gives me like 5 or 7 options.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would do that too. Corey Heim's going to have his hands full. Not that he's not capable of beating those guys, but there's some really good racers in there. Christopher Bell's going to be in this race, and it's going to be interesting to watch. So I'd have to go with a driver from another series as well. Now, do watch for more coming soon. We've already done the ARCA Menard series at Watkins Glen. This, of course, is the Truck Series. Next up is the Xfinity series at Watkins Glen. And then we will be doing the ARCA West series at Tri-City and the Cup Series back again at Watkins Glen. So 5 races this weekend. So 5 previews. Also on Friday, I will tell you that Taz and I will be sitting down to do our fantasy report to help you make your selections for your fantasy games before the Cup Series race on Sunday. So watch for that coming out on Friday afternoon. And then the other previews will be coming out between Thursday and Friday. Also, we'll be back on the other side of the race weekend for all 5 of the reviews of those races, as well as our Hot Topic Sound Off conversation that starts at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And that is a live stream with Jay and Chris Crichton and myself. And we've had some interaction from All Sports All Day in the live chat throughout the live stream as well. So we encourage others to join in. If you've got something you want to say, we usually do feature it on the show. So we hope you'll join us. And Jay, it's going to be a fun weekend of racing.
It is, and looking forward to it. And I know we got the ARCA Menard Series West also to cover, on the west side, but everybody else up here at Watkins Glen.
Yes, indeed. So thank you for tuning in. We do appreciate it. And we have a lot of fun doing these. We hope you have as much fun watching them as well. And enjoy your race weekend. And we'll see you in the next video.